Well, it's time for our latest adventure. The boys and I are going to do the adventure hiking trail located within the Harrison Crawford State Forest. It unfortunately has been a year since the last trek with them. Last spring break was the last time I got both of them out. So hopefully we will really do more this year. So we're just parked here at the trailhead right on 462, and we'll be heading across, going into the woods right over yonder.
Over yonder.
It's going to be wild weather, like high 80s today and tomorrow, and the lows will get down to like 41 or so by Wednesday night. This is a 20-mile trail. It's basically a dry trail because of the karst topology of this state, this area of the state. So we had to cache our water at 3 different locations, but we'll see how Sam does. Just off 462, maybe half a mile at most, you'll come upon one of the few spots of water on the trail. And even with, well, I don't know how much rain they've gotten down south here, but even with a little bit of rain in the springtime, this is barely a trickle. But with the record temperatures we've been having, well, last month now, March, you know, it's pretty darn green here, April 2nd. So we should have a decent chance at some wildflowers. The May apples have definitely sprung up. They told us at the office that there were no longer any detours, but you can see that some logging operations had gone on, at least right here in the not too distant past.
So this is Michael with his new geocache he's now found in that little box found along the adventure hiking trail, which you can see in the background. And now he's proud because he's smiling, or at least he should be. And that will be all for now.
One of the many dry creek beds. There'll be foresting on this side of the road too, it looks like, with all the red marks on the trees. A nice little spring here along the trail. Actually still flowing right now. A little bit of trash over there that we need to pick up, unfortunately. I'm 2 for 2 today on geocaches. Not too bad without a GPS, I'd say. But this little one was sitting just off the adventure hiking trail where it is merged with the Orange Horse Trail. Right before you get to, right as you get to a clearing. So, and it only has one name on before me. I'm sure it's probably been out here longer. This is a new sheet, but it hadn't been found or at least signed since January 12 of 11. So a month or a year and 4 months almost. So come on out here and find this puppy. It's not that hard. It's easily seen. There's first sign of Indian Creek. Hold on to your brother. Top of the ridge by the Indian Creek shelter is littered with sinkholes. Some really large like that, and some just, 5 to 10 feet in diameter. That's a nice big one there.
Nice big what?
Sinkhole.
What's a sinkhole?
Where the water underneath the ground eats away enough that the ground on top collapses. We decided to make camp just south of that great big sinkhole so we could stay up on top of the ridge. There's a trail is over there and then ends up going down the hill. We preferred to stay up on the ridge tonight. Enjoy a nice sunset out there. Went for a no-cook meal tonight, so keep it simple since it's so warm out. So that was just some, actually had a couscous version of that in the Maroon Bells this past summer. I think it was lemon and something or other. Lemon and mint and pepper, I think. And so this time I added ramen instead of couscous. And so kind of experiment. What's the verdict, boys?
It's wonderful.
Wonderful. Oh, that's good. How about you, Sam?
Wonderful.
2 wonderfuls. All right. Well, Dad did okay for
Explain to them what
an experiment.
Sam had a little accident today with.
Sam had an accident?
With the tickies.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sam seems to be like candy for ticks. We picked off probably good 20 or 25 of those things off either him or his clothes or out of his hair, behind his ears. And I don't have any, as far as I can tell. I haven't checked Sid yet. I think he checked himself and didn't come up with any.
Not yet.
Not yet. But they sure love Sam. He's such a sweet boy, But unfortunately I didn't have a chance to treat the boys' clothing with permethrin either, so even though I haven't treated mine since last summer, I assume mine is still active. Well, we're all packed up, ready to go. It's a beautiful morning. So, Raleigh! And had oatmeal for breakfast. And made our toilet paper free deposits down over the hill there. A nice little cat hole. Here, Steed is ready, huh? I don't know that he'll be going too far that way. Yeah, and speaking of which, we have to travel as far to get to our first water cache this morning and early afternoon as we did to get to this site here. So hopefully the boys are up to it. Yes, sir. And we're off.
I'm not stopping since still my legs are tired, but I'm not stopping.
Yep. We gave Sam that job of finding all the green and white markers so we didn't get lost, and he's done a fabulous job of spotting them all. Yeah, probably. Dad's eyes are old.
Green and white, green and white, green, white and green, white and green.
Yep. Well, you reached a little lean-to shelter that people are talking about between the Indian Creek and Homestead shelters. The trail came up right through there, and heads off that way. Now it looks like used to be a road that went off that way too, or maybe that's a horse trail that comes out here. But as rickety as people think that is, I mean, you could easily spend the night in there. It's not going to fall over anytime soon, at least, unless a tree falls on it. And here is the homestead shelter.
Okay, that's that. Dad, after we find the water, can we sleep at the first shelter?
No, our water's still quite a ways away. So we're going to go to the next shelter. And shortly after the homestead shelter, you come upon another old homestead. So this one at one time had poured concrete, so that one was a newer construction than that original one there, which obviously has been used by campers before. A nice little fire pit. And the trail continues right off that way. Well, we are fully hydrated. As it turns out, we used 6.5 of the 9 quarts that we had carried so far. But not too bad. With the boys here, I wanted to be a little bit more conservative, and we didn't drink as much as we could have, so we probably should have had, and with probably a quart left over, but you never know. But right now, I told the boys to go look for a geocache, because alright, the boys lucked out, found themselves a geocache there.
That was easy.
Guarded by a gnome. Evil little creature.
He bit me on the finger.
Uh-oh. Bit him on the finger. So what do we have inside there?
So, we'll take a look.
I see under this bag nose.
We have a water bottle, Rolex,
This,
Wow.
so cleared
Scary
eyes.
glasses.
Yes.
2 there,
Apparently a wallet.
Yeah.
Sticker.
another there, another there.
My folder, or something of that nature. Oh, and neat.
Oh, wild. No logbook, huh? Oh, there's a logbook. Gotcha. Yeah,
Look.
sign us in.
Hi, Dad.
Ah!
Why tree worms nest spider webs?
Oh, that's just the way they do them.
You're not supposed to go for
No. That's on the back of my backpack.
If it was a good heavy rain, you'd actually have a nice little cascade or waterfall right there. Watch your step. Go slow. Looks like the trail heads uphill. Yeah, I'm thinking this bridge here wasn't really necessary. The only one that we've come across so far.
We be hiking all day. Now we're looking for a shelter. Shh! We be hunting shelters. There's one! Let's go! We finally found the shelter. Now dive! It's there!
Sydney way off in the woods there. You can probably barely see him. Looking for a geocache near the Ohio River Shelter. The victor, which in this case happens to actually be me, returns with the spoils, but that was a challenge. Sydney wasn't able to find it, but going by the clue, I'm not surprised because I didn't find it my first time out. So I tried some different areas, but let's go ahead and open her up, see what we got.
Okay. How do we open? Oh, that part. Now let me show Dad.
Okay.
Let me show you Dad.
Come on.
We'll do it over here where I can see.
You must do your thing. There's a chicken in your soup, Sam.
Well, a log and other sort of goodies. No, that's probably the log.
Found some keys. Oh, what would be a key?
Probably a travel bug of some sort.
Yep.
I guess. I'm too new at this.
Yeah, it says travel bug.
Well, I guess that would be a travel bug then, huh? Alright, that's it.
Yep.
Okay, well.
Horrible.
We shall sign the log and return to its hiding place. Nice sunset out there. We're eating our breakfast of Pop-Tarts and chocolate and vanilla breakfast drinks. I like it.
Yes, it is good though.
Sam hasn't graduated to the bag yet, so I poured his back into a water bottle.
What cabin? The mystery cabin. It goes to the mystery cabin. On the way. Water supply. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
What?
And we're going to have to cut Sydney's hair so we can see them. Yeah, probably doesn't want to move. We had heard from the church group that there are a lot of tortoises in this area, but we hadn't seen one until now.
We're going to name him Turtles. Tuttles.
Right now. Maybe we can get it for free. Is that right? It is the army guy horse. And one of my buddies is like one too. Like, I can get two for free.
I actually hear a little water down there somewhere. Must be a spring right below us.
Turtle.
Oh, another turtle? Oh, yeah, we just passed him right by, didn't we?
I was just about to kick him on accident.
Too busy looking at the creek. Another box tortoise, or box, whatever. But, yeah, that's Potato Run, I think, down there, which is big,
Okay.
but basically dry.
You got scared when you were
Oh, in fact, here's the water, right there.
Huh?
Little
What?
spring coming out right there. Now, here's Potato Run Creek, which is actually pretty big for being so dry. So you can imagine when they do get rain, how much flows down through here. We made it to the Pioneer Shelter. The trail comes out in the corner of the field over there. So we've picked up our jugs and getting ready to refill all our bottles. Believe that we consumed 7.5 quarts this time.
I was sleeping
So
outside.
we did actually timed that one pretty well. No horses. Yeah, right. Oh well. So much for following rules, huh? What did you say?
He's tired. He said when we get home, he's not gonna run around like crazy child.
Well, say it.
Because I'm going to be all worn out.
You're going to be all worn out when you get home, huh?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
Mama.
just gonna sleep in the car.
You heard it. I've got it on tape. He's going to be all worn out when we get home. But I would not put money on that, personally.
I'm behind you.
I'm going.
Well, the trail comes within a quarter mile of the Horseman's Electric Campground, and you come up that trail there, which at least right now was very muddy since it's combined with the horse trails at that particular point, but only for, you know, maybe half a mile at most. But AHT branches off from it again about a quarter mile down, if that. You can actually see the little restroom shelter, the roof of it, from where the trail branches off there. So we decided to, and you can fill up a little bit of water there and dump off your trash. So we took advantage of not having to dig cat holes and filled up a couple bottles and stop and have some oranges. And so nice little break here. There's apparently the shelter that we think exists, or is shown on the map, doesn't really exist, so we'll probably just end up having to throw the tents up again once we get down past the iron bridge.
We'll put the stick in my pocket. It's an insect.
I want it to go back. Look on. Mean it.
A little bit of road walking on the AHT before we probably come up here on the iron bridge any time now. And after a little over a quarter of a mile, the trail turns here right to the bridge, and not sure what they're planning on doing with all this gravel here, but the trail continues off to the right there. We had cached our water on the other side of the bridge, one of our caches, because I wasn't certain if we would be able to make it to that campground shelter, because they had told me it was 3/4 of a mile from the trail instead of barely, not even a quarter of a mile probably. So we were going to go across the river. I was going to go across the bridge there and fill up our bottles, but I'm just going to wait and pick those up on our way out of here, because we have only drank like half a liter since we left that campground. So we're going to take a break here so I can get some pictures of that bridge. It's kind of an interesting, unique, it has two different truss styles, and I have a friend who's a road and bridge geek, so I'm going to spend a little time here and take some pictures, and apparently the boys are going to play on the rock piles.
I wanted to climb the bridge.
Now, maybe y'all can go out there a very short way so Mom doesn't kill me. Well, as you can see, I'm now in the middle. And I don't remember which one is which. One's a Pratt and the other one also begins with P, and I don't recall the name of that off the top of my head. But there are two different types. Actually, this bridge came from two different locations apparently. But you can see where they meet together here that they're obviously different. Here's the boys being a little venturesome. Honestly, they forced me to let them go out there. In fact, Sam wants to go all the way to the other side, but I'm not going to let him. So, wave at Mom. Sam, there you go. Apparently, when the Blue River over there, which is quite brown actually, floods, this part of the trail here is a couple feet underwater. So that would be like at least 20 feet higher than what it is now. So that's some pretty good flooding. Yeah, time to put her in low gear, boys. It's our hill climb.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Up the hill.
Nowhere but where our campsite will be. I still don't know how Dad runs up that. Okay.
Huh? Why?
Now we've heard the first few rumblings of thunder, so looks like we're going to get that rain after all. Well, guess I should have knocked on a tree. There it comes. Well, we had 2.5 hours of rain, and some of it pretty decent. And indeed, that shelter does not exist. I left the boys underneath a pine tree and went off in search of it up and down that creek and the horse trail, and I did find a rotted out old small bus, but no shelter. And the boys decided that we don't want to deal with putting up the shelters in the rain, even though it now has stopped. So they've elected to cut the trip short. So we're gonna finish out actually going up this well, it's obviously a 2-track, but horse trail back to the horse camp, and then take the roadway back to the car there, and 'cause that'll significantly cut down probably at least an hour off of our time to get back to the car if we stayed on the adventure hiking trail. But they were troopers. Sam didn't even put on his little raincoat for probably an hour, and he finally did get a little cold. Sydney and I didn't ever put on our rain jackets. Thankfully, high was supposed to be about 73 or so today, so, and there wasn't really much breeze, so no real danger of hypothermia, but Sam's a tiny little guy, so. But we're going to get home and see our mama. Well, after our bail from the adventure hiking trail after 3.5 days and 3 hours of rain, the boys are tired. But we decided to celebrate our most excellent adventure by coming to the Overlook restaurant in Leavenworth, just down 62 from the O'Bannon State Park. It has a very nice view of the Ohio River out there. Yeah, as you can see, we would have been in for a very humid evening if we had decided to stay out.